Hey, I'm just going to do some quick high-res screenshots of models, but just recording it so you can see what I'm doing and how I achieve it. For those for you, in case you're not too familiar with the process in Unity. Alright, so I'm just going to disable these things. You won't want the ground plane there. Let's have a look. So I should have all the assets that was requested from me on this. So I believe most of them, that's just my daughter in the background, most of them used the Clydesdale model, one or two used the Frisian. So I'm just going to disable all the accessories that come with the basic model, except for the leg hair and the hair, but bridle, boots, blanket, fancy saddle, you get the drift. Let's turn all those off, so there's just the horse with its hair and its hoof hair. So let's start with, I believe, so that's a Frisian, so I won't start with that. The rest are, so I go for the Bard in Clydesdale. So I'm just going to drag the armor in, because I dragged the Clydesdale in into the route, into the scene here. Instead of drag it into my window and it won't align with the horse, I dragged the horse into the scene, into the hierarchy here. And I'm going to do the same thing for the armor. That way it falls perfectly onto the model, because it was designed and modeled to fit exactly. And I've got the materials already set up. So if you want to set up a material for something, just right click here at the bottom. Just go create material. I'm just going to call this test. You choose your shader, what kind of shader you want to use. Mobile unlit will generally do the trick. If you're dealing with something that has feathers or leaves, you can go unlit transparent cutout. That allows you to use transparency. And you actually need a special shader, our special shader, I believe, if you want to use double-sided. Just for the sake, we'll use that. And let's just, that's the horse's texture. Click there, there's the material. So I'm just going to drag the horse's texture in there, and then we can just drag that onto the horse. Now the horse has got armor on it, so you can't see its full body, but you can see it's applied perfectly to the horse. Alright, so I want to delete that material. It's going to look funny in the scene now. No, I just deleted the naming. Let's try that again. Delete. Yes, I want to delete. Okay, so it looks a bit weird. So I'm just going to go to the other ones that I've done previously. So let's pull that on there. Pull the hair on. Just grab and just drop this on the eye. Should do both. Now the armor, I expanded that deliberately because I'm going to select all the armor except for the skeleton of the armor, and I'm going to drag that in on the right over here. The reason why I did that is it's quicker to do that than sit here and, where's the armor, drag it on there, then drag this on there, and drag this on there. You can see it's sometimes there's multiple components, and it can be tedious. But although we do try to combine, like keep the helm as one, keep the chest as one, but sometimes there's multiple components, especially if there's feathers and stuff. But it's always good to combine them. But that's up to the modeler or for me to check. Alright, so just click on that. Let's go do that. Drag it on there. The hoof hair. Just drag hair onto the hoof hair. And we're done. And now we want to take a screenshot. You can disable that grid in the background. I can't remember actually how I do that. Grid access. Edit grid. Grid size. I think I turn it off here under gizmos. Come on. Ooh. Where do I turn off the grid? Just 1 second. Sorry, that was just my son. Alright, so where was I? I was trying to turn off the grid. I'll just pause the video and see if I can find that. 1 moment. Alright, so we were on the right track here. Just come up here and just drag the opacity to 0. Okay, so if you want to replicate the exact camera angle, because you don't want to rely on just rotating your camera by holding an Alt and left clicking, because the next time we do another asset it might not be in the exact same angle. So if we want to replicate that angle, you just select the actual asset, the top of the asset, not the individual components. We'll just close those groups. So there's the Armour and the Clydesdale, and we'll rotate them here. Okay, we don't want to go down yet, so we just go there. Let's get a nice angle that just looks appealing. Don't need that, and I don't think we really want to drop it down too much. And yeah, you can if you want to. Just drop it down a little bit. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. I'm quite happy with that angle. For the background color, you can drop in something into the scene, like a plane. 3D object. Just drop a plane into the scene. Press E, rotate it. We just type in your -90, and we can just press W, push it back. Okay, so I'm going to just use a black background because it will probably be easier for deep etching the image out for UI purposes. And okay, I am going to drag this window to my other screen because it allows you to make it bigger, or just get it on top. Alright, just drag it on top and make it bigger. Alright, this way I can use a light shot. I'll just press print screen and I can get a nice shot of this asset. Okay, and I'll just save it wherever I need to save it. 1 moment. And there is one more thing while I'm looking for the folder where I want to save it on my other monitor, is just always ensure that the monitor, the camera is set on isometric. I'll show you now why. So yeah, you can see ISO, there's perspective. You don't want that, it really messes with, if you especially want to use it for UI, how the horse represents. It just always looks better when you just keep it to ISO. It presents well, especially at a smaller size. But you can always play with it, see what you prefer. I'll take another screenshot just for safety's sake if you want ISO, perspective. And just save that. Okay, so hopefully that helps for anybody that's not familiar with Unity on how to just drop an asset into a scene, how to texture it, and just how to rotate it and set it up for a nice quick screenshot. Ciao.